Much love and power to you guys. Today we're speaking about the complete self and really how to step into your full abundant self. How to really step in that potential of yours, in that higher awareness, and in that state that actually allows you to be your most complete self in your nature. Now, in the spiritual journey, we go through moments, and not necessarily in the spiritual journey, in life's journey, we go through moments where we feel disconnected from our full complete self. The truth is that in essence we're never really disconnected from ourselves. What happens is the fact that we create the challenge of suffering. We create the challenge of feeling that we are in a low vibration. We create the challenge of separation in nature. Now, the thing is that we can always find the connection with our complete self. The thing is that we have to look within ourselves for answers. We have to really let our energies expand. We really have to be more playful, actually. We gotta just allow ourselves to do the dance and really accept ourselves unconditionally. Now, in my experience, I have been through the dark night of the soul. I have been through really rough moments where I felt like I was losing myself. I felt disconnected from my full potential. I felt disconnected from my full abundant self. And trust me, it was pretty rough. It was a moment where I had to really question myself. I really had to question the way in which this universe works. I had to really connect back to my own self. I had to really question the nature of the human self, the nature of human consciousness, and really try to realign with my complete self. Now, how do we actually realign with ourselves? Well, we forgive ourselves. This is super powerful. This is super important. Self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others is super important in order to be your complete self. We gotta actually find that self-compassion, that self-powerful energy, which is self-forgiveness. Self-compassion is super important. You gotta love yourself completely, guys, no matter what you do, okay? No matter what you did. You gotta actually allow yourself to love yourself, okay? And if you have mistaken others, also forgive yourself and ask them forgiveness through energy, okay? You don't necessarily have to speak to them face to face. You have to actually ask for forgiveness energetically. This actually works because we can also clean karma through telepathy. Maybe we can also clean karma through just thinking about another person and actually loving that person, okay? So self-forgiveness is one of the best tools that you can use in order to really recalibrate and step into your full abundant self. Now, the second tip that I would give you guys is to accept your negative side. Accept your flaws, okay? Love your flaws. Accept the fact that you don't feel enough sometimes. Accept the fact that you are not in your best potential. Accept the fact that you have bad days sometimes. I do have bad days sometimes. But what I come to realize is the fact that we can always trust the process. We can always trust ourselves, okay? We can always trust life. Because when you trust yourself, you also trust the universe. You also trust higher intelligence. You also trust the nature in which this universe works, okay? So we gotta allow ourselves to keep trusting even if we have been broken or sad, even if we have been put down by life. We gotta actually come back and get up into our heart center. We gotta love ourselves in the process. Again, we have to love our flaws. We have to love the fact that we may be shy sometimes, that we have fears. You have to love your fear, okay? If you love your fear, you also face your fear, okay? So self-forgiveness and loving your flaws. Another thing would be stepping into a creative process, okay? Loving yourself also means taking care of yourself. Being in your complete self also means really helping society expand, really helping the world's consciousness expand through your energy, through your art, through your creative process, through your self-expression, okay? I realize that self-expression is important in the spiritual journey, okay? We gotta actually use our gifts. We gotta create new gifts, okay? We have come here on the planet gifted. We have come here on the planet gifted, and it is our job to actually expand our consciousness, expand our gifts, and actually making the most out of each moment, okay? We gotta put in the work, guys. This is also self-love. but also relax yourself, you know. What I come to realize is the fact that if we want to be in our complete selves, we also have to embrace, we have to embrace that full self, okay? We don't have to neglect it. We have to really embrace that full potential of ours. We have to really accept circumstances in life. We have to accept our mistakes. We have to also learn how to be in a low vibration if we feel like we are in a low vibration. Okay, so we gotta accept all kind of states of consciousness. It's not always about being happy. It's not always about being positive, maybe. You know, it's also about learning how to be sad sometimes and allow yourself to cry sometimes. You know, because it's all happening for us. Okay, we gotta embrace the way our consciousness works. We gotta actually allow our consciousness to pass through us, and this is actually the state of observation. Okay, in order to be your complete self, you also have to let spirit speak through you. You have to let higher consciousness speak through you and do the work through you. Okay, if we are in an observation state and we silence the mind, now we let inspiration come through us. Now we let spirit speak through us. Okay, we are letting that higher consciousness to actually be us, you know. What I come to realize that if we want to be our complete selves, we also have to share with the world, you know. We also have to see the world as ourselves, you know. So realize that you are the world. In a higher state of consciousness, there is no separation. When we let go of our egos, we realize that there is no separation. There is no separation in this universe. There is the divine law of oneness. And this is actually the state of the fifth dimensional level of consciousness. In a higher awareness, we realize that we are actually all one. We are all one consciousness, one source, one energy. There is only one of us here, and that is the higher intelligence, okay? So yeah, take care of yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, step into a creative process. This is how to be your complete self. But the most important thing is self-love. Love yourself, accept yourself. Realize that you have so much power within, guys. You have so much power within. Celebrate, be grateful. Celebrate each moment. A, B, C, always be celebrating. Always be celebrating. Even the negative side, even your negative self, even your suffering, even your dark night of the soul. Celebrate everything and realize that you will get there in the end. You will get there. And you are already there in a way. You have always been there. What happens is the fact that we are so powerful that we create the illusion of suffering. We are so powerful that we create the illusion of the fact that we're not good enough. Just to test ourselves. This is actually a test from our higher self. The higher self is constantly pushing you forward. The higher self is constantly challenging you to be yourself. You know? So yeah, this is today's message, guys. Love yourself. This is how to step into your complete self. Realize that in life's journey, the more steps we take is the more that we'll actually get there. So take one step at a time. Use the tools that you have and realize that you are an amazing piece of light and love. Okay? So guys, thanks for watching. This is today's message. I'm feeling super inspired and I'm realizing that I have the power to forgive myself. And I'm stepping into my full abundant self because I deserve it, and I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna keep sharing these messages because it's inspiring. It's self-boosting to actually share these messages with you guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so if you want to work with me, if you really want to expand your energy, if you really want to expand your consciousness, if you really want to find the gift of creativity, if you really want to expand your knowledge about how human consciousness works, about how human consciousness works in relationship with universal laws, feel free to actually contact me, because when we master this consciousness, we have mastered space-time reality itself. Okay? So guys, thank you for watching and see ya on what is coming up next. I love you. This was today's video about finding your complete self. I love you, much peace, and see you.